Hey everybody, Wayne here. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about denial. And as we get started, I want to ask a question, and that is, have you ever been afraid or scared to take a look at something? I remember many years ago when I lived in Houston and I'd only been driving a couple of years, I rear-ended a car. And I remember sitting there, you know how it happens so fast. But I remember sitting there not wanting to get out of the car and take a look at what had happened or the damage that I had caused. I was worried about my car and the truck in front of me. So I slowly get out and sheepishly go look. And the truck in front of me had this iron bumper. It was round and heavy, and there was absolutely no damage done to that truck. But the whole front of my truck, my little Mazda pickup, was destroyed. I'm thinking about that now and I'm like, why is it so hard for us to look at or to acknowledge and take responsibility for our actions? Why is denial so prevalent? I think denial might be one of God's greatest gifts to us, because without denial, it'd be really difficult to maintain our sanity and not just be swallowed up by shame and guilt. Some realities of life are just too horrible for us to handle or to look at all at once. Denial temporarily provides protection from the realities that we're not ready or equipped to face. And as you're probably aware, denial isn't just a problem for convicted criminals or addicts or unfaithful spouses. This is something that many of us do on a regular basis in big ways and in small ways. And I know for me, as an unfaithful spouse, if I were able to fully comprehend the devastation that I caused by my actions many years ago at the very beginning of recovery, it probably would have been more than I could handle. Truthfully, if we had the ability to be totally honest with ourselves, with who we are and what we are, as well as what we have or we haven't done, it'd be a huge jolt to our nervous system. So I think sometimes God graciously allows us to not experience the full weight of our realities all at once. But you do have to do the work and get there and grow into that possibility. Because that being said, the only pathway to healing, I think, is one of rigorous honesty. Not brutal honesty. Brutal honesty never helps. But this rigorous honesty, this commitment, really first to myself, to take a look at why do I do what I do or not do what I should do. Tim Keller says that love without truth is just sentimentality. It supports and affirms us, but keeps us in denial about our flaws. I really like that. One of the reasons that 12-step programs work so well is the confrontation of denial right up front. We know from decades of experience and research that if we never face the reality of what we've done and what our actions have cost and what we're capable of, then it's almost guaranteed 100% that we'll do it again. I'm sure that none of us want to continue hurting the people that we love, but denial is also the mechanism that allows us back into that same old pattern or even possibly new patterns of destruction. If we're not willing to take steps necessary to be honest and to explore who we are and to find the courage to accept what our actions have cost us as well as others, we'll never find the solution. Instead, we'll spend the rest of our lives stuck in denial. And when couples attend our EMS weekend, the first question I ask is not, do you want to save your marriage? I don't ask that question. What I want to know more is, what do you want? That's the question I ask both spouses. What do you want? Do you want a better, more extraordinary and meaningful life with purpose? If so, we got to summon all the strength and the courage to get honest with ourselves first, and then with our spouse and the people we live in community with. If you've been around affair recovery for a while, you know that pretend normal is a term that we use pretty frequently around here. And it's not as much about how we present ourselves to others as it is about our refusal to see ourselves as we truly are and to admit to ourselves and then to others what we've actually done. We don't want to accept the realities of our actions. It's painful, it's hard to do that. We prefer to live in denial and to pretend that we're normal. And then we set out to prove that reality, and even to those that we betrayed and we violated their trust as well. Paying attention to pretend normal is the gateway to how we continue to hide and to protect ourselves, I think. And that protection is going to keep us isolated and lonely and disconnected and feeling unlovable and unloved. And it's going to set us up to recreate or do the same things that we've done over and over again throughout our lifetime. If you'd like to start the process of diffusing the denial and initiating an infidelity-specific program or protocol for your recovery, I'd like to invite you to check out and attend our EMS weekend. And during this pandemic, we've been doing them virtually with the same results as doing them in person without all the hassles of travel. So please go to the website and check out that program. Thanks so much for being with me this week. I'll be back again next week. And until that time, we wish you all the best. We hope you're staying healthy, and just continue to let us know how we can continue to support you guys. Thanks so much.